But it was on the...
I know. Sorry.
We're here now, don't worry.
Oh, hello, is that better? Sorry, mics weren't on. We forgot.
Give us a thumbs up in the chat, or we'll just take some moment with your breath. So we are talking
Let's just
about our
recap.
breath.
Let's just recap. Welcome to Bars and Bells.
Yes. Hello.
Morning restore and recharge. Start with some breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Get into some windmills and some single leg squats and go from there. Thank you for that. Sorry about that.
Okay, so from seated like I am, or kneeling, or any other comfortable position, let's get our breath going. And I'll lead us through our breath, and then Lauren will take us through the rest. Hands on the belly, practicing our nasal breath. Gently close lips. Inhale and exhale through the nose. Cross-legged. That's a new position. That's good.
Working on my external rotation.
So same thing. A couple more in your own pace. Sniff in through the nose. And out through the nose. Repeat one more. In the nose and out the nose. We'll go into our hold series. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale 4, 3, 2, and hold 4, 3, 2. And for 4 seconds, you're going to inhale and hold. Exhale and hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. And breathe as you were. For one more quick breathing drill, let's place those hands on the belly again and say the words hop from up here. Hop, up, up, up.
Up, 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 up.
Up, up, up.
Huppity hup.
Now, say it from your diaphragm. For one more time in our breath, can we brace the core and breathe in over top of that for 4 and exhale for 4. Brace, breathe, exhale. Brace, breathe, exhale. That twice more with a brace and a breath. Exhale. And last one, brace, breath, exhale. Not sure if I had some funny faces there, but feel that power of the breath and connect your core with your strength.
Great. Let's move on.
Shoulders.
To shoulders. So I'm just going to move to a kneeling position just so I have room with my arms. Kneeling, seated, wherever you are. Shoulders. Let's take a single arm extended by your side and move your blade around. Blade lifts up, blade lifts back, blade lifts down. Reverse it. Blade goes back, blade goes up, blade goes forward, blade goes down. Re-straighten at the elbow. Pull the shoulder up, back, and down. Take the arm out in front. Right in front of you, like the hip, rotating the arm in the socket. So the arm is rotating open into external rotation, and then keeping that shoulder nice and steady, internal rotation. As you do this, look at your arm and think about where your rotation is coming from. Is it just my wrist, pronating, supinating, or is it my whole arm opening and internally rotating from that head of the humerus here? Come back to a neutral arm. Take the same thing, open to the side. Set the shoulder down. That blade is set, retracted. Internal rotation, external rotation.
I feel an incredible stretch on my bicep.
Yeah.
as I try to turn my triceps on the backs of my arms towards the ceiling, as Lauren said, without moving the shoulder in a shrug.
Now come to a neutral again. Bring your arm beside you. Take it in extension straight out the back. Doesn't have to go far. Stay square forward. Try the same thing here. Pull the blade back, and then in the socket, rotate that arm open, rotate that arm closed. Noticing that shoulder isn't moving. Internal. Now externally rotate as low or as high as you'd like to go. Finish your circle all the way around and pull that arm back down to your side through your lats. Great. Same thing other side. Extend your arm at your side. Move your blade up, back, and slightly down. Straighten your elbow. Bring it straight out to the front, your arm. In the socket, rotating the arm open, and then emptying your bowl of soup, rotating down. On that internal rotation especially, well, on both of them, think about rotating that upper arm, not just the forearm. Last one. Coming to a neutral hand, going out to the side. Same thing here. Internally rotate, open.
And call yourself out. If your hand or the movement is happening from the elbow, stop, cramp up the triceps, and try again. It is about the control and the exploration of that movement.
To a neutral, down to your side. Elbow stays straight, blade goes up, back, reaches straight to the back that arm. Stay square forward. Try the same things here. Opening.
That gets my tricep.
And closing. I really have to pull that shoulder down as I do this to create space in that joint. Now open, so palm faces away from you. Keep that shoulder down as you reach up overhead and pull the arm back down to your side and shake it out. From here, we'll get into our kneeling hip flexor stretch. If you're in tall, come up. Oh, sometimes my toesies go to sleep. Bring one leg out in front. So you're in your lunge position. Legs should be parallel to each other, knees forward, that vertical front shin. Let's hike and unhike our hips first. First, up and down, pulling one side up, pushing the other side down, staying tucked under as you do that. Now spill your punch forward and back. Spill the punch out the front of the bowl, pull the punch back in. Spill the punch out front, pull the punch back in. Stay in that neutral place in the pelvis. Keep squeezing your back cheek. And now we're gently going to slide our bowl of punch across the dining room table. And your knee is allowed to go over that front foot, front toes. Use that foot to push yourself back, but keep that nice tucked under pelvis. Repeat. Stay tucked. Slide yourself forward. And then push yourself back. One last time. Maybe you're finding a little bit more flexion through that front ankle each time, keeping your heel down on this front ankle. Nice. Staying square up, squeezing cheek, pushing out of that, pulling underneath, and switching legs. And yes, Ian is demonstrating, obviously, our standing position, which is also very appropriate. From here, untuck, lift a hip, pull a hip down. Lift a hip, pull a hip down. Tuck under, spill the punch out the front. Tuck under, stay. Level the hips this way, Stay tucked, squeeze that back cheek. Rock forward, keeping that front heel down. Headlights are forward, squeezing that back glute. And push back. Repeat, stay tucked, stay level. Forward. And push yourself back. One last time. Staying level, staying tucked. And pushing yourself back. Nice. Pulling that leg underneath you. Whoosh.
Love the sound effects.
Whoosh. Whoosh. Would you like to do the posterior view?
Of the shoulder?
Yeah.
For sure.
Please turn around, Ian.
From seated?
Sure.
So what's the posterior view of the shoulder?
Swords.
Yeah. Yes. Also, it could be standing, seated, whatever you want.
Swords. Take one hand, grab the sword in the sheath behind the top of your head, other sheath, Ian. No touching the back of your head. Take the other hand, sheath of a sword going up your back. Hands are straight, wrists are straight. Tuck ribs to hips, squeeze your butt, stay up tall. Reach long out your arms to extend at the elbows. Start passing through the T. As you pass, you're going to do that internal and external rotation we already practiced. Switch your swords. Reach, pull those elbows back, pull those blades back, extend at the elbows at your sides, pass through T, internal and external rotation switch, other swords. I want you to come out of your sheaths and extend your elbows. So pull your swords out, extend your elbows, pass through the T, keep your elbows straight, and then put the swords right back in the sheath straight down. You don't want to cut yourself. One more time each way. Pull the swords out, extend the arms, keep the arms straight, bend, put the swords back in. One last time. Swords come out, extend, internal rotation, swords go back in. Slowly just pull your arms back to center and shake that out. I have like dagger long swords. They're both that long.
Daggers.
In case you're
the dagger
and they went like this.
me.
Handle thrust towards my hand. Come, let me clutch thee.
That's the
Back to
only
our lunge.
Shakespeare I know and the only.
Yeah. Back
All
to our
good.
lunge. Hips are forward, hips are level and tucked under. Take your front foot and start heel toeing it off to your side. What I mean by your side is that leg is towards the side here, but your hips are still allowed to face forward. We're not twisting with that. We're also not faking extra by just moving our foot backwards. Okay, knee and foot line up, hips square forward. Tuck under, level your punch bowl, stay, drive out on this knee with its own power. I like to guide lightly with that hand and slowly slide the punch bowl on the diagonal across the table. Push yourself back. Make sure your hips are still level. Slide over. Push yourself back. One last time. Gripping the floor with that foot. You can see my arms lifted. My toes are engaged.
Pulling in, yep.
Back to center to get out of this. Do to you, front. Feet. Yes. Other leg comes up. Other leg walks open. Whew.
A little bit tighter on this side.
A little bit tighter.
Stance, yep.
I'm tucking. I'm finding this level. I'm finding this level. I'm at the right position here. Knee in line with toe. Tucked. Squeezed. Light guide. Sliding open. Hips staying square forward. Chest staying square forward. Good. Each time thinking about this foot, heels staying down, toes are gripping, paws out here, squared up, push yourself back out of that. Walk your heel toe to the front, bring it underneath you. Ooh, this will be nice. Take a little time off our knees, finding our hands. We're gonna push up into our peak or our down dog, if you will.
Modify with the chair if we need to again.
Don't let that mat go
Slowly
too far.
lower the floor. We could do the same thing with hands on the kitchen counter. Stretch out the spine, modify as you need.
If you're up in your down dog or wherever you are, gently bend a knee and extend. Feeling that stretch through hamstrings. Sometimes I like to push my heel down and try to lift my toes off the floor as I'm there.
Mm-hmm.
Then I want you to place your feet And I want you to think about your upper body now. Keeping your elbows straight, push the floor away, and then pull the floor towards you, showing your ears and hiding your ears. Pulling your shoulders down to show your ears and hide your ears. If you have one more, let's do that. Pull, push, last pull, and then control down to your knees. Great. We have one more, well, no, that's a lie. We have two more here. They're both great. We're going to come into our frog, and then we get to rotate after that. I would recommend a light knee pad for this activity.
Soft surfaces are nice for this one.
Or a cushy carpet. Knees wide. You know about our shins. They're parallel with each other. Find your elbows. Oh, that's nice. So we're on our elbows here. Nice shoulder packed, extended spine, head to neutral. I just kind of look at the floor in front of me. Let's think about those hips again. Can we tilt our pelvis and tip our punch out the front of us? And then can we scoop under and try to scoop our punch up? As I do this, I tilt my punch bowl forward. My punch bowl is my pelvis, by the way. I want you to think about what's moving. And right now, the only thing moving should be your low back or your pelvis. The upper back is stationary. Now, can we return the pelvis to a fairly neutral position, which means flat. Your punch is definitely going to spill here. Oh, well, I guess we could picture the punch. Anyway, the other way. Neutral low back. Pack your shoulders. Now think about lifting your chest up towards the front of the room, but not through your head and neck. Keep your core tight, and then slowly ease off that, doing a little bit of a push through with that upper back. Grab onto abs, extend your upper back, lifting your chest forward, keeping your low back neutral, and come back to center, pushing that upper back up towards the ceiling. And one more time, I push my fist through your upper back, your chest lifts, those upper back vertebrae try to extend. Whew. Ease out of that. Maybe rock forward and back once or twice more, finding a bit more room in groin there. Come to your hands. Ease yourself out of there, but don't go far from the floor. And now we're going to rotate.
Working on that windmill rotation.
Yes.
It's nice to prep some of that rotation here.
Yes, we have windmills coming your way here. In order to prepare, as Ian said, we must lie down. Straighten your bottom leg. Take your top knee up and on the floor, in line with at least your hip or your belly button. Take your bottom arm, grab your top knee. Take your top arm, cross it across your chest. Your head's lifted right now, but it will come to the floor. If it doesn't come to the floor, grab a pillow. You can put it under your head. Do a small crunch forward, and then reach long. Pretend you have one of these awesome top knots on the top of your head, and reach that top knot away from you towards the other side of the room, and your head should find the floor, and that'll add a bit of rotation. Now take a nice inhale, and exhale, try to rotate more. That knee stays heavy on the floor. Inhale. Exhale, try to rotate a bit more. Maybe one more in. Exhale, wringing yourself out. Pull yourself back to center using your core. Easy. Flip over. Spin around. Same thing on the other side. Set up on your sideline, shoulders stacked, bottom leg straight, top leg coming right over. Bottom arm gripping that top leg, making sure the knee's up around hip or belly button. Top arm grabs across body. From here, top knots on, crunch forward, reach long out of the top of your head, and then reach away as you find the floor. Oh, there was that crack. Take a nice inhale, and exhale, rotate open. Inhale, exhale, rotate. One more time. Exhale, rotate. Pull yourself back to center. And we'll make our way. If we're into a push-up, let's do our push-up and inchworm up. If we're not into a push-up, maybe a Turkish get-up or another form of standing. Tuck your hips, brace your abs, up as one unit, and slowly walking your hand towards your feet, or your feet towards your hands, and then unfold yourself one vertebrae at a time.
And windmill time.
Windmill
Time for some windmills here.
time.
For the windmills, I'll step off to the side and I'll grab my heavy object. Something maybe 8 to 10 inches off the floor would be a nice target, I guess we could have here. If you don't have a kettlebell or a load, that's okay too. We can do it body weight. To set up, we'll take one of our feet and set it parallel with the kettlebell handle, or pointing, say, to 3 o'clock. Then my other foot, I'll set up the heels in about a straight line with each other. And now this foot is pointing from the hip, more or less towards 1 p.m. Let's face front. Chop a hip, add a rotation, and hinge back. Don't go far. Take a moment, look at your pose, hold for 5 seconds here. Does your pose look something like ours for 3 and 2, and back up to tall? I'll quickly talk about the hallmarks of this movement. Let's do a couple more reps looking at Lauren. Chopping the hip. We'll set up the hip hinge. The leg that would be in the back is very straight at the knee, and the leg in the front is slightly bent. From here, we'll extend the hip out the back, driving to tall. Repeat one more repetition. Breath in, rotate, pushing and hinging our load back to this corner, trying to have your heart facing away. Take a moment, drive that hip through, and extend to tall. Return legs to parallel, shake it out, and readdress the other side. Foot parallel with your handle or pointing towards 9 o'clock. The other foot with the heels set up approximately on the same line in the back, toe from the hip pointing towards 11. Chop, rotate, stiff knee in the back, and we're trying to touch butts here. Trying to touch butts, touch
Also
butts,
notice
butts,
how
touch
long
butts.
our spine is. The spine is not bent in any way.
And extend through. Repeat twice more. Same thing to show you the length of the spine. We're staying very, very long. And then to tall.
Remember that rod down your
Repeat
spine.
one last time. Hinge. Push drive. Feet to parallel. And reset. That's our windmill hinge. If you don't feel comfortable using that hinge, come back to our hip hinge this way and really finesse that groove before we add the rotation, but it's a nice fun variation, the windmill.
Single leg squats. Movement clock to the front to start. Standing on our single leg, knee pushing over toe as we slowly tap to the front, and then slide and stand ourselves up into that straw every time. Knee shifts forward, spine nice and long, tap out front, pull yourself up into your straw. 2 more times. Knee is pushing, tracking out over that toe. We might come forward a little bit with that upper body, but we're not doubled over. Last one. And tall up into your straw in your single leg. 3, 2, place that leg down, switch sides. Grip the floor with the foot. Knee pushes forward as you tap to the front. And then stand up, pull underneath you. 3 more. Knee pushes over toe, like you're going down your step or your curb. Up tall. 2. Abs stay braced. Nice long spine, breathing. And up. Last one. Tapping. Up tall, pull yourself up, hold, 3, 2, and down. Whew, whew.
I know it's not quite the season to talk about winter driving, but the next analogy here I'd like to give is in regards to preloading. Just say you got stuck in the snow. Would you pin your gas pedal to try to get out of it?
Yep.
That's the wrong answer, I think. We don't own a car right now, but I think what you would do is you'd go slow. You'd get traction, and once you do, then you might try to accelerate through. Preloading is super important when we go to lift tasks in the garden or in our exercise. I will preload lifting a heavy object, but today I will not actually lift it. I encourage you to do the same. Set up in our windmill hinge, stiff leg in the back, slight bend off the knee, so almost jut that hip out a little bit right away. At that point, chop, hinge, rotate, push a hip back, 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 back. If you have an object down there, pack a shoulder, establish your grip, and without it leaving the floor, try to pull it up to make your body take that load tension. Hold for 2, 1, relax, extend through. If you don't have an object, find ways to brace your core, push and pull from the floor,
I just pretended.
and make that harder. Imagination is everything. Twice more, same thing. Slight off lock here, chop the hip, hinge, pushing that hip back, packing a shoulder, preloading, lifting it, not enough to leave the floor, but enough to say hey to the glutes and the butt cheeks for 3, 2, let go, drive through to tall. Repeat one more. Slight little offset of the hip, hinge on the hip, continue to push, 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 reach, 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 and drive to tall. Don't pick that up. I got carried away. I'm sorry. Center, relax for a second, and then other side, same thing. There will be, if we just took Lauren here for a second, could you do 1/4 turn? If you look at Lauren from the side, it's kind of like we're going through these panes of glass, but there will be slight rotation here. So it's more panes of glass set up on this angle here than truly being in the frontal plane there. Make sense? There will be a rotation, but where is that rotation coming from? Hips, long spine. Let's repeat the other side. And to keep things even, I think I go this way.
Your back's to them.
Yeah, might be interesting.
Oh.
So stiff knees for both. Soften the front leg or my left leg and continue to push and hinge the hip back. Grip the object if we have it. Pack shoulder, preload. And for 4, 3, 2, let go. Drive to tall. Pull up the kneecaps. Soften the front knee, pushing the other leg back. Continue to hinge on the hip. Grip on, pack a shoulder without lifting it, add more tension load to your body, let go, drive through with control. Final repetition, it's that hip hinge. We're sending energy to the back corner. The back leg is straight, the front leg is bent. Grip on for some tension, let go, drive to tall, and reset.
Back to our movement single leg clock. Instead of going front, it's the same activity, but we're going to tap to the side. Knee pushes over toe, leg slides out to the side, a little toe tap, standing back up. This one, noticing where that loaded knee is tracking. It should be over that index or thumb toe at the least. I don't want to see that tipping in towards center there. So drive that knee out from the cheek and pull. The other thing that will help track that knee out is grip the floor with your foot. Grip the floor, make that arch work. Tip, tap, side, up tall. Pull yourself into your straw in a single leg. 3, 2, place that down. Grip the floor with the other foot. Knee pushes over toe. Slide side. Standing back up. Tip, tap. Knee pushes over. slide up. 2 more. Looking a little forward here. If you're having trouble balance, try staring at one thing the whole time. Last one. Try not to transfer weight, but 100% of our weight is on that stationary leg. Up tall, hold. 3, 2, and shake it off.
Woo. One last time on our windmill. Again, regress our windmill skills here to just work on the hinge. Hallmarks of the hinge are our vertical shins, our hips back, our shoulders above our hips, and our hips above our knees. One more time on our windmill or your hinge. Set up, personalize your stance. I would recommend slightly narrow compared to where you might be at home, based on my observations in the studio here. Parallel handles, setting up, slight bent front knee, chop a hip, hinge. This time, can we grip, pack, and even perhaps lift to tall. Return to the ground, same pathway. Pack shoulder, preload, to drive if we're interested, cramp up the glutes and the abs, and hinge back. Pack shoulder, repeat, drive through the back leg, bring it to the front, return to the floor, and body weight. Up. Same thing other side. Foot parallel with handle, heels on about the same line. Start tall, offset that front knee, keep the shin vertical, hinge, reach the hip away, grip, pack, preload to tall, return to the floor. Take a breath, pack, preload, to tall, return to the floor, pack, preload, drive to tall, and return. Body weight up, let it relax. Whew. Why do I need to train that? Well, what's that?
What's in that cupboard?
What is going on over here?
Don't you find yourself doing that often?
Real life examples, try to find them, let us know. Vacuuming under the table, you got it.
You vacuum me?
Yeah. Oh, I vacuum all the time.
Under the bed, yeah, sure.
All the time.
Straight to the back.
Yeah.
Standing on our single leg, one last movement clock. Are you giving side profile?
Good.
Good. Standing on your single leg, slurp yourself up, transfer weight to the single leg. Still knee pushes forward, but you're tapping straight to the back. Tap right behind you. Stand all the way up tall, pulling that leg underneath. As you do this, almost think about that back leg overcrossing behind you. Then you'll know it's actually behind you. All the way up. That being said, don't get twisty in your hips. Knee pushes forward, tracking over that index or big toe. All the way tall. One more. We've been doing 4. Knee pushes over. 5. No, that's why we don't let Ian count. Tall into your straw, hold, balance, and then put your other foot down. Transfer weight, hold, keeping that glute nice and tight. Reach back, knees forward, or singular knee forward, and then up tall. Whoops. Toes stay heavy, Lauren. Knee forward, up tall. 2 more. Tapping back. And up.
Got humor. These exercises make me hot.
Yeah. Last one. Tapping back. And up. Tall. Holding your straw.
Oops.
And then relax. Great.
Squat time and row time. We could use any versions of our rows, our bent rows, our cable rows, our band rows. But today, we're going to really focus on a split stance row. We'll come back to Lauren's lunge position, and the high or the standing lunge would be fine. From our tall position, okay, good. So from our tall position, super light wood dumbbell, maybe a little grip strength exercise would help too. With your right arm at about 90 degrees at the elbow, like Lauren's, take your other leg and step forward. Pull or retract your shoulder blade together. If from Lauren's previous exercise, can we take the other hand and try to find your shoulder blade? If that is uncomfortable for your arm, please do not keep it there, but anchor that shoulder blade onto your hand in the back, and with a little bit of tension, more as we get familiar, keep the shoulder blade touching your hand as you press forward. That might be a wicked stretch in those rhomboids there. Now, push your shoulder forward as if to move away from your shoulder blade. Now pull the shoulder blade back onto the hand. Can you go any further with the straight elbow? I can't, so then I'm going to link that movement to my elbow bend, pulling my elbow just about my hip. And for one more time, pull the shoulder blade onto the hand or retraction to center. Make it work. Try not to let that shoulder blade move. It of course will, but you're pressing forward. Then you're protracting or letting the shoulder blade move. Then we'll reset the blade, pack or pull without bending the elbow, and then pull that elbow towards the hip and relax your tension. Twice on the other side. So again, this internal rotation on the shoulder, pretty challenging position. If you can do it with no pain, it's just nice to feel that anchored shoulder blade. Other side, fist, 90s, alternate leg forward, flashlights forward. Could we take that other hand and find the shoulder blade, tuck under hips, pull the shoulder back, and with tension and resistance, non-dominant side for me feels a little bit different, press towards forward. At the front, shrug forward or lose the scap set. Find the scap set by retracting, pulling, no elbow bend yet. And then when you need to, pull through that elbow, returning to what we could call almost a rack position. Relax tension. One more time. Retract shoulder blade, pull rhomboid strength together, drive forward through the pec or the front chest. Shoulder is still packed. As Lauren just did there, then we'll protract or reach forward. Reset that blade and pull. Once you've out of room with the straight arm, bend the elbow, returning this elbow towards a gorgeous position in the back, and reset.
Oh, lat cramp.
Whew. That can be pretty intense. Wood dumbbell, bare hands, pull. Find those pull grooves to
Squat
help us.
time. Take your feet from parallel. Rotate on your heels to your first. Take a single leg, point it, place it down. This should be about your squat position for what we're going to do. I'll give you a side profile here. First, hands on hips. Spill your punch out the front. Pull your punch underneath you. Keep it here the whole time. You're tucked under. Punch is level. Tuck. Stay in your toaster. So keeping your spine nice and long. Gently pushing out on your knees as you're sliding down. Staying up taller. Sliding a little lower, staying tucked. Pushing into the floor. Pushing yourself back up tall. Your straw is a bit wider, but slurp yourself up. Pull your kneecaps up. Squeeze your glutes. Brace your abs. Stay tucked. Slide back down between two walls. Knees pushing out. Maybe you can find a bit more space down there. Stay tall. Don't lean forward. Push the floor away. Extend up. Pull your kneecaps up. Hold. 3, 2, one more time. Tuck under. Slide down into your slide down into your milkshake.
Your toes.
Sit up tall.
Okay.
And then push the floor away. Pull yourself up your straw. Could you even lift your heels? You pull so much. Hold. 3, 2. Heels come down. Transfer weight to one leg. You're not doing what I said. And then pull your feet together.
Same with that pull push. Pull push. When to pull push.
You're not doing what I said again.
I'm thinking about the exercise.
Let's do our press overhead and do that one more time.
Yeah. So we groove the pull, Grooving pulls, opening doors, starting lawnmowers, that's a groove pull.
Checking in the
We're
cupboard.
going to groove the overhead, which could be reaching for the top counter, changing the shower head, trimming tree branches. We need those shoulder blades down. This is that rack's position. Stand tall, feet squeeze the floor, bum squeeze, brace core. Low intensity up. Low intensity up. Fully extend the elbow and shrug the shoulder, just like out front. Now, with a super straight elbow, pack the shoulder. When you're out of room, grip those clouds, pull down with thunderbolts and lightning, and pull down to that rack position. Chill. Repeat one more. Squeeze the floor with the feet, brace your core, and low intensity overhead in a groove pattern. We're overhead, elbows extended, shrug up if you haven't. From the shrug, pack or pull the armpit and engage the lats, crush your grip, and find safe and strong ways to bring that back to our rack and relax. Same thing other side. Groove this habit before you use a load to pull or push overhead. Rack position, low intensity overhead. From here, we'll shrug or elevate the scapula. We'll depress or pull. Is your elbow still straight? And then crush that imaginary grip with your safe level tension as you pull to the rack. Relax. One more time. Low tension overhead. Full extension through the elbow. Shrug. Pack, pull. And armpit, lat, core tension. Down. And relax. One more time on a squat.
Let's spice it up a smidge. Same idea though. Feet together, pivot, point, place down. Find just the right position. Tuck your hips. First is the same. Sit. As I sit down here, I'm just going to straighten out one leg and transfer weight, but not fully. My toe is still down. Come back through center, pulling yourself to the other side. Straighten the other leg, knee pushes over toe. Use that toe muscle to point that toe down there. Back to center, two legs pushing you up. Kneecaps up, straighten everything as much as you can. Repeat, stay tucked. Slide down. This time a full transfer. Shift over. Transfer to lift that foot. Hold. 3, 2, place the foot down, slide across. Transfer to lift. Hold. Place the foot down, slide to center. Stand up. Pull yourself up. Tight. Kneecaps up. Again. Tuck. Slide down. Transfer. Full transfer. Straighten the leg. Bend the knee again over the toe. Place the leg, foot down. Slide across. Full transfer. Straighten the leg.
Need it one more time, Lauren?
Yes. Bend the knee. Tap. Slide to center. Up first. Then we do it one last time. Maybe finding a rise. I just got really hungry. Tuck hips, slide down, shift weight across, straighten the knee. Keep it straight as you roll up to your balance. Hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, control, lower. Bend the knee, tap the other foot down, transfer across like you're creeping. Transfer full load. Extend the knee. Keep it straight to roll up onto toes. Hold. 5, 4.
I want to get taller than Lauren.
2. Control down.
I want to be controlled like Lauren.
Knee bends. Foot comes down. Stand up tall into your straw. Last time. Rise to both feet, toes. Hold. Hold. Well, nobody can ever be taller than me. I'm a giant. 4, 3, 2, heels land at the same time and try to face forward. Transfer weight, hold to close, unrotate.
Wiggle it out. Wiggle it out.
I hope you did that.
That's a move from that Norman McLaren
Anyway,
ballet.
thanks for joining us on Bars and Bells. Make sure you've subscribed to your membership portal.
You got
ASAP.
it. Sorry about that
www.
sound hiccup earlier.
Barsandbells.
Always working through.
.com
Our
/ member.
Okay,
Dash.
they got it. They got it. They got it. They're here. They got
They
it.
got it. Become dash member.
So thank you very much. Tell your friends, tell your family, share with anyone you want. Thank you very much for joining our Restore and Recharge practice today. I feel ready. Weather's improved a little. We're gonna walk home.
Ready and sweaty.
Lauren's sweaty, Lauren's hungry. We gotta go home and get that sort of thing taken care of.
Tomato soup.
So thank you very much for joining. My name's Ian.
I'm Lauren.
Bars and Bells, Restore and Recharge. Do the like thing, do the subscribe thing. Train simple, stay strong, and we'll see you soon.
Goodbye.